Hello. Hello.
Hi, yes. Good morning.
Good
Nice
morning.
to see you again.
Nice to see you. Me too. Yeah.
Okay. So, shall we proceed with our lesson?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have here lesson 32. And the title is
The hidden adult themes of in Beatrix Potter.
okay.
Yeah.
So, have you read this like literature before? Literature? Are you no?
No.
I
I
see.
haven't read this. Yeah.
Okay. So we have here some vocabularies again before we start the text. Can you maybe read each one?
Yeah. Frightful. The wire. The harrowing, waistcoat, gleeful, yeah,
Okay, so
frightful. Wow. Okay,
any question with these words?
yeah, we can review one by one.
See.
Okay,
Okay, so how about first the frightful?
yeah, frightful used to emphasize what you are seeing, especially how bad something, yeah. Sometimes bad thing is frightful. Mm. Mm.
Okay,
I,
how
I I understand. I understand this. I know this word. Yeah,
number two?
devour. To eat something eagerly and in large amounts so that nothing is left. Devour. Mhm. Yeah, understand.
Number
Devour.
three?
Harrowing, extremely upsetting because connected with suffering. Harris, harrowing. Okay, I remembered. Waistcoat. Okay, KDF. Okay, I remembered all these words. Yeah,
Okay, no question.
gleeful. No question.
How
No
about let's
question.
move on to the expressions. The first expression we have
Okay.
here.
Domestic, domestic life, virtue and follies, virtues and follies, observational detachment, snorting snuff, inevitable and sensible,
Okay.
inevitable and sensible. Okay. Mhm.
Any question? No?
No.
Okay, so
We can we can along the we can understand the more in the article. Okay.
So we have here the article. So the hidden adult
Right.
themes again in Beatrix Potter. Now, please read.
Mhm. Your father had an accident there. He was put in a pie by Mrs. McGregor. Old Miss Rabbit's frightful warming to her children, Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter, appears on the opening page of the Beatrix Potter's first book. Beatrix Potter's first book. The tale of the Peter Rabbit, aside from featuring perhaps the most dramatic use of semicolon in children's literature, it sets the tones of her work from the starts. That honor at horrors abound in a world in Darwinian
There.
struggle, but that this must be faced follow. Yeah, in this paragraph, the second sentence, aside from featuring perhaps the most dramatic use of semicolon in children's literature, it sets the tone of her works from start. What's that mean? I don't understand. What's the most dramatic use of semicolon? Colon.
Semicolon. So semicolon is
Semicolon.
it's just,
I know this. Yeah.
yeah, it's like it's his
Yeah.
style of literature with a lot of semicolons in the way he made the story. So there's a lot dramatic use of semicolon in his style of writing.
Oh, in this sentence, the writing is there's a lot of semicolon in the sentence.
Yes.
Why? What is style? Means there is a semicolon always. I know that normally there's a semicolon we use semicolon to separate different how to say separate different part. This part, or each of these parts maybe happens in same time or parallel. It's a parallel meaning of this of something. Is that right?
Yeah, so I think it's because also his work is quite different with the rest of those authors. So he uses a lot of semicolon, and especially according to here, let me maybe first sorry, screen cap
a writing style.
Yeah. So let
a writing style always use some phrase parallelly and separately. That's her style.
Yes.
Okay.
So also yeah, it's his style. Basically it's his style. So just like this one, I've got this somewhere. So just give me a moment. Wait a moment here.
Okay.
So when period and difficulty, the page usually ends with a period.
So there is a period of and okay. And when yeah. Like this, but this sentence use a not of comma with with and it is means semicolon. Okay, it's parallel meaning some perennial perennial phrase or items in this sentence and separate steps.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I understand. Yeah.
You've also got here
the Peter Robert. It sets the tone of her work from the start. That the horrors are bound in a world of Darwin's struggle, but that this must be faced faced calmly. That horrors means even that horrors are bound in the world of Darwinian struggle, but these horrors still must be faced calmly. Yeah. Okay.
Shall we proceed to the next page we have here?
Yeah. Your parents and perhaps your children may be devoured by a vengeful property owner or sold for tobacco. You may have your tail ripped off by an angry owl. An invading rat might tie you up in staring and including you as the key ingredient in a pudding. But life goes on. Disappointments must be faced and tragedies overcome. Disappointments must be faced and tragedies overcome. Okay. Your parents and perhaps your children may be devoured by a vengeful property owner or sold for tobacco. You may have your tail ripped off by an angry owl, and an invading rat might tie you up in string and include you as the key ingredient in a pudding. But life goes on. Disappointments must be faced and tragedies overcome. And tragedy must be overcome. Is that?
Must be
Okay.
faced and tragedies overcome. Yeah. Tragedies must be.
Tragedy must be overcome. Yeah, must be overcome. Okay. I understand in this paragraph that the author seems to say that even there is a lot of in these articles, in this literature, in her literatures, even there are so many difficulties, even there is so many tragedies, even there is so many disappointments happen, but you must face calmly, and you must overcome all of these unfortunates.
Okay, great. So how about, shall we proceed to the next paragraph?
Potter's tales have been consistently popular with adults as well as children since the tale of Peter Rabbit was published in 1902. When she was 36 years old. This is not just because they feature adorable creatures. This is not just because they feature adorable creatures in harrowing situation. Her talking animal stories also comment on the era, class politics, gender roles, economics, and domestic life. Let me read again. Potter's tales have been consistently popular with adults as well as children since the tale of Peter Rabbit was published in 1902 when she was 36 years old. This is not just because they featured adorable creatures in harrowing situation. Her talking animals stories also comment on the era's class politics. Her talking animal stories also comment on the era's class politics, gender roles, economics, and domestic life. Yeah. Okay. This sentence that seems seems to say that Potter's tales has some. It's not just the story about these animals, feature animals, but it is also included some comments about the politicals, gender roles, and economics, and other and domestic lives comments at that time. Yeah.
So here, exactly just like what you've said, but here, can you just repeat this word, please, for just a minute?
Comment.
Comment. It's the same
here. It's a
whether
it's a verb here. Her talking animals stories also comment on the era's class politics. Yeah. It's the same pronunciation. They have the same pronunciation both noun and verb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comment.
Okay, thank you. Comment.
Okay, so that's it. Now, shall we proceed to the
Mhm.
next paragraph?
Yeah. The one thing we do know for a certainty is that when Potter depicts mice wearing apparel, how to say? Yeah, I have checked this word, April. Mice wearing aprons or rabbit smoking pipes. Her story inevitably reveals as much about human virtues and follies as they do the natural world. As M. Duffel Cutter writes in Beatrix Potter writing in Coda. She never attempted to write a novel, but it is fair to say that a number of her small children's books are in fact novels. Their characters and their plots are as complex and open to interpretation as any novel published at that time. Let me read it. The one thing we do know for a certainty is that when Porter depicts mice wearing aprons or rabbits smoking pipes, her story inevitably reveals as much about human virtues and follies as they do the natural world. As M. Daphne Coulter writes in the Beatrix Potter writing in code, she never attempted to write a novel, but it is fair to see that a number of her small children's books are in fact novels. Their characters and their plots are as complex and open to interpretation as any novel published at that time. Yeah, there is only one question about the writing in code. And in the middle of this paragraph, writing in code, and the third line, and the fourth line, that's the name of one of his story. Is that right? Writing in a code. I guess it is the name of his story. One of his stories. That's name. One story's name.
Wait a moment.
Maybe. Okay.
Writing in Code by Beatrix.
Maybe it is one work's name. It's one of her works name.
Yes. Book by actually it's the book of Daphne. It's Daphne's book. It's just like this one. Wait a moment. Book by. This is the title of Daphne's book.
Writing in book is Daphne's book.
Daphne Coulter.
Daphne Coulter. Okay. Yeah, this book is Daphne's. Let me try to understand more. As M. Daphne Coulter, writing in Beatrix Potter, writing in Coda. It's writes in Coulter writes in what's writes in Beatrix Potter writing coder. If this writing coder is that's Daphne Coulter's book, written in.
As he made, as he's writing, as he's making the book, he's writing in, like putting in something into his or her book. Writing in. It's like as Daphne Kotzer writes in her book.
Definitely Resim purple record. Okay. Resim Potter in her book writing in code. That
Yeah.
in her book writing code. Just in this book there is some contents said about talk about Potter.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
sure
Writing code in writing code. Yeah.
she's like more talking about Beatrix Potter, about maybe Potter's style of writing, which is in code.
In code. Yeah. But this is the name of another book. This book is written in code is wrote by Kutzer.
Writing.
Duffel Kutzer. Yeah.
Not necessarily, but let me check.
As Duffling Kutzer write in, okay, see, written code. Maybe I think that the book is, is the book rate. It's talk about Potter's book, writing in code. The book name is writing book.
Writing in code. I'm not sure if it's a book, but I think. Let me check.
It's a lot of story's name.
I can't see any book. I'm not sure if this is a book, but I think another meaning would be Daphne Kotzer is trying to understand Beatrix Potter's stories because Beatrix Potter has this unconventional style of writing, and it appears like it's a lot of codes, right? Because there's a lot of integration of societal problems, political problems, or political issues. So in this book by Daphne Kotzer, she's trying to understand and he's trying to like put it in a way like it's some kind of a code to understand. So trying to understand.
Okay.
So I can't see.
I got it.
Yeah, I can't see any book by Beatrix Potter with this title.
Okay.
Writing in code.
Okay, writing in code maybe is said. It is maybe it is created by Kutter using this phrase to integrate or to describe the ways, style of Beatrix Potter's works.
Yeah.
This item is created by
to me, it's like Daphne Kotzer is trying to describe Beatrix Potter's way of or style of writing in code.
Oh yeah. Here we can make sure about that writing in code is created by Kutzi, not the work of Potter.
Yeah.
Potters. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Let me move on. She never attempted to write a novel, but it's fair to see that a number of her small children's books are in fact novels. Their chapters and their plots are as complex as open to interpretation as any novel published at that time. Yeah. Okay. I can understand. Yeah.
Okay. Great.
In this sentence, in this paragraph, that the author would use to cite another writer named Potter, named Kutzer, to describe that Potter's stories. Even Potter declare their stories not written as novel, but she said that the style or the story is all about the social problems. So it is definitely is a novel for both for children.
Realistic, realistic novels.
Realistic novels.
Realistic.
It is reflect on that time's social issues.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it.
Okay.
But we
Or
still
maybe
have,
next.
yeah. Shall we continue this in the next
Wait,
class? Okay.
yeah.
So see you then.
Okay. See you next class.